Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today we are going to take up assignments of the lesson A Visit to Cambridge, part 1. Now, the first question. Which is the right sentence? Cambridge was my metaphor for England. Now, Cambridge was a reputed university in England. England was famous for Cambridge. Cambridge was real England. So, third option is correct. Cambridge was a real England. The writer phoned Stephen Hawking's house from the nearest phone booth, from outside a phone booth, from inside a phone booth. The answer, second option, from outside a phone booth is correct. Now, the third question. Every time he spoke to the scientist. Who is he here? He is the writer. He spoke to the scientist Firdaus Kanga. He spoke to the scientist. The writer felt guilty because 1. He wasn't sure what he wanted to ask. He forced the scientist to use his voice synthesizer. He was face to face with a legend. The second option. He forced the scientist to use his voice synthesizer. Fourth question. I felt a huge relief in the possibilities of my mind. 1. Shifting in the wheelchair, turning the wrist. 2nd, standing up, walking. 3rd, speaking, writing. So, the possibilities of his body here is standing up, walking. Now, here are a few questions, and these are the model answers. Did the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking make the writer nervous? If so, why? Yes, the prospect of meeting Stephen Hawking made the writer nervous because he was someone like him who had achieved bigger things in life. The author wanted to make use of each minute of that 30-minute meeting. Second question. Did he at the same time feel very excited? If so, why? He felt excited at the same time as he had given half an hour to be with someone like him. He was given like him who had achieved bigger things in life. Guess the first question put to the scientist by the writer. The author's first question to Hawking must have been about his well-being and the source of his inspiration that led him to do brave things. Stephen Hawking said, I had no choice. Does the writer think there was choice? What was it? Although Stephen Hawking said he had no choice but to be brave, the writer did think there was a choice. 1. The choice was to live creatively with the reality of his disintegrated body. I could feel his anguish. What could be the anguish? The astrophysicist, that is Stephen Hawking, would get exhausted by tapping at the little switch in his hand to find words on his computer. The author mentions he could feel Hawking's anguish on how even after having a bionic mind, thoughts came out in frozen phrases and sentences stiff as corpses. Next question. What endeared the scientist to the writer so that he said he was looking at one of the most beautiful men in the world? The scientist's pure and one-way smile made the author feel like he was looking at one of the most beautiful men in the world. Read aloud the description of the beautiful man, which is the most beautiful sentence in the description. It can be according to your choice. One example is, before you light a lantern whose walls are worn so thin, you glimpse only the light inside. is the incandescence of a man is the most beautiful sentence. You can look for another sentences also in the lesson. Next question. If the lantern is the man, what would be the walls? If the lantern is the man, its wall would be the body or torso. What is housed within the thin walls? The glow of an external soul was housed within the thin walls. Next question. What general conclusion does the writer draw from this comparison? From this comparison, the author draws a general conclusion that eternal soul is what each one of us is, and everything else is just accessory. What is the scientist's message for the disabled? The scientist's message for the differently able is to concentrate on something they are good at. They should concentrate on what they are good at. Why does the writer refer to the guitar incident? The writer spent years trying to learn a Spanish guitar, but unstringed it one night. The writer referred to the guitar incident to support Stephen Hawking's idea that differently abled people must concentrate on something they are good at. 10th question. The writer expresses his great gratitude to Stephen Hawking. What is the gratitude for? The writer expressed his greatest gratitude to Stephen Hawking as he could see within Stephen an embodiment of his bravest self, the one he was moving towards and who he had believed in for so many years. So you will watch this video, note down the points, and then write the answers in your own words. Thank you. Have a nice day, students.